I'm gonna have to make a video about the truth about society because here's the thing. People always say, oh, they want someone real or they want a good friend or they want a little friend. But then the second they get that, they treat them like crap. They try to frame them. They flat out bully the person to the point where they don't even, where the other person doesn't even want to be around them. And it just gets crazy because I'm not going to be that giving person to people that aren't giving to me. You got to give to me to get back. You get what you give, all right? You get what you give. So yeah, like, I'm not going to deal with that. And also, people always say, oh, they want comedy, but then someone does something that's actually funny and everybody gets offended or just hates on them. Like, that don't even make any sense. Like, the whole point of comedy is to get the joke. I mean, I don't discriminate against people or anything like that, or nothing like that, but because I think everybody's equal. That's why I support BLM, and I support the LGBTQ plus communities movements like the Human Rights Campaign. And I don't support Autism Speaks because they're neurotypical supremacists who just want to cure us. And also, let me see. Temple Grandin tries to make it sound like we just need to be pushed. Don't get me wrong, we can us autistic people, we can do a lot, but you have like they must all have jobs. Like there's some autistic people that may not be able to work. So for you to speak up for the whole community like that's just wrong. And I'm not gonna kiss Temple Grandin's ass just because she's an autism spokesperson with autism. I'm not gonna kiss her ass because of that. Sorry. It's not the way it works. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Temple Grandin. I think her heart's in the right place, but I don't feel like she understands everything. Because just because she's high functioning, or, like, you know, I mean, that's just a term that society gives. Like, just because she has certain things, that doesn't mean it's the same for everyone. And yeah. I do think autistic people are very smart. Sorry, I hate how in this house, like, everything travels. And also, yeah, like, the truth is, like, people just want to complain about something. Like, people won't tell you to be yourself, and then you are yourself, and they don't appreciate it. They just put you down for it, and then people will say, oh, well, like, if you're doing something that's considered childish or watching, like, a childish show, they'll complain about that, but then when you do something adultish, they'll complain about it being inappropriate. Like, people are just never happy. Like, it's just like the vast majority of society. It's just like they're never happy. If they're not complaining about one thing, it's something new with society. Like, people always want to focus on the negative stuff instead of the positive stuff. Why do you think all these internet personalities do negative stuff? Because it keeps them relevant. Like, you see half these Instagram celebrities get famous for acting like they're hood and stuff. I mean, yeah. I'm saying it how it is. Like Lil Esco, Lil Vicky, give me another example. Lil Tay. Yeah, she got famous. She was one of the fastest rising Instagram celebrities ever. Besides them TikTok stars with the talent agencies in the Hype House and Bella Porch. Other than that, Lil Tay was, for her time, Lil Tay was one of the fastest gaining celebrities for her time. That's the thing, like, you don't always have to do something positive just to be remembered. And society tries to really push people down just for doing negative things sometimes and making mistakes and saying things. Like, the truth about society is if someone in a powerful position does something, everybody's trying to ruin their life because they have a good life. And I'm not saying people shouldn't be held accountable for their actions. I mean, if it's serious enough, sure, like if it's like a rapist or something like that, yeah, take away their career. But people literally try to cancel somebody over something they said on the internet. Do you know how many trolls say, inappropriate and offensive things on the internet all the time, whether it's in a group chat or whether it's in the comment section. Thousands. And in a majority of situations, these trolls encourage celebrities to do these bad things that they end up doing. And they, you know what they end up doing after that? They end up trying to cancel them. Like, it's hypocritical. A lot of society is hypocritical. Like, they will vouch for you not to do something, and they'll end up doing it themselves in a different way or in a similar way. It just doesn't make sense to me. And you know what else is hypocritical? Is people will threaten you or roast you or just be flat out mean to you, but then the second you do it back, they're like begging for help from an adult. Like, it's crazy. Or from some figure of authority. Like, it's nuts. It's like, what happened to people having balls? And people need to hear this. I don't want to be that type of person. I want to be a real and entertaining personality that everybody looks up to. And you want to know how you get people to look up to you? They always say, be yourself. Well, I'm being myself for you. Alright? Because if you just act like everything's perfect, then you just come off as fake. Because we all know, you know what's crazy is, if you're too happy, you're considered fake. And if you're considered, or if you express your feelings, you're considered playing the victim, or depressed, or dramatic, or like with men, we're expected to be happy, and we can never be sad or cry or anything. We're just expected to be happy or angry, and if we express anger, it's considered toxic masculinity. It's like, we're not supposed to have feelings. Like, seriously. It's okay for men to cry, and it's okay for women to cry. And it's okay for women to be tough, and it's okay for men to be weak. You know what I mean? Like, people just want everyone to just cater to them. Like, people never want to be different from anyone. They always want to be the same as everybody else. Like dick riders. It's like, what about standing out? What about being different? That's the thing. Like, majority of these celebrities do things that will make them stand out, and that's why they are where they are today. Whether it's for their looks or personality or their humor, that's why they are where they are today. Because they took a shot and stood out. But if you're just going to be the same as everybody else, you ain't going to get no long-term fame off that. You ain't going to get no long-term fame off that. Unless you're doing like a trend, that's different. Like, trends are trends. I understand that. But like in life, you have to be your own personality though. And it's just crazy that people go so hard at one person for being different, but then they tell them to be themselves. Like, that's just so hypocritical to me. And people say, be yourself, and then you're different, and everyone wants to attack you. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Like, if you tell people to be themselves, then they're entitled to their own opinions, their own political views, their own sense of humor, and their own lifestyle. Okay? And freedom of speech. And more. I'm not going to name everything, but the point is society needs to stop being so hypocritical. And I completely support activist organizations and all that. But I feel like people should be able to have a sense of humor, and I feel like people are entitled to express themselves. And also, it's hypocritical how cops can murder somebody and they're not even charged, like, for murder. Like, for people that didn't even grab a gun. Like, I thought the rule was you're not supposed to shoot someone unless they're armed. Or going for a gun. Like, seriously. You're not supposed to kill people just because they resist. And also, it's crazy how people say be yourself, and then those are the same people that end up judging someone for being LGBT, end up judging someone for a mental disability, and end up judging someone for their own characteristics. And people just always want a label to throw on somebody. Like, just, if it's not this, it's that, and they're just judgmental. And that's why my channel is going to be my channel, not everybody else's channel. Because if someone else wants to talk about what they want to talk about on their channel, then that's their channel. Like, I saw this person who had their own opinion. Like, I used to go to school with on Twitter, and she had, like, several people in the town attacking her for it. Don't get me wrong, like, they can disagree and all that, but you literally had people attacking her. Like, saying, oh, she needs her ass handed to her. I'm like, come on. Like, because she had a different opinion on something? Seriously? Or, oh, I don't want to be your friend because you have a different opinion? Don't get me wrong, like, I've seen a lot of ridiculous people on the Republican side and the Democrat side. Like, I've seen it all, alright? I've seen so many ridiculousness on both sides. And double standards on both sides. Like, they say freedom of speech, and then someone burns the American flag and gets years in jail. Like, that's just... or gets jail time. Like, no, freedom of speech means freedom of speech, period. So please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below your thoughts, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. Pay me the money on Cameo, and thanks for watching. And you know what else I see is like white people that say, oh, they're racist, but then they end up being racist themselves. Like, I've just seen so many people that say that they're not treated right, but then they end up discriminating against people themselves. And I've learned in life not to take everything too seriously, and I've learned in life not to discriminate against people, because you never know who's in need, and you never know who will save you when you need it. I mean, you do know who's in need if you educate yourself, but yeah, pretty much. Yep. So thanks for watching.